Look at this green helmet I saw hanging on a scooter. In the scene, the background's muted, even the red hydrant is, and the green becomes the statement. Let's look at the orange kayaks. There's energy here with the color orange. There's adventure. There's fearlessness. Orange is a color that might say, let's go out and explore the world. Or let's take this yellow taxi that's cutting across in the streets of Manhattan. Yellow is strong. Look at me. It's an optimistic feeling. It's impossible to ignore. Have you ever stopped scrolling on a photo, not because of what it showed, but because of how it made you feel? Color does that. It's not just about making things look good. It's about crafting a mood, an emotion, even a memory. In this video, I'm not going to give you a color wheel talk or talk about technical details that have to do with color. Instead, I want to explore something deeper, maybe even simpler, how color tells a story without saying a single word. We know this instinctively even before we study it. Red feels different than blue. Warm earth tones feel different from icy pastels. Let's take a look at these two photos. It's the same couple, the same moment, the exact same frame, but one feels like a romance and the other feels a little colder, a little more distant or formal. I didn't change the light, I didn't change the lens. All I changed was the color. Colors are speaking to your viewers in a language they don't even know they understand. And today, I'm going to show you how to speak that language a little bit better. I'm Rebecca Kowalski. I've been photographing stories for well over 20 years. And one of the bigger springboards that has upped my images in my work was not learning about cameras or gear. It was deeper than that. It was understanding that colors have meaning, personality, emotions, powers that make our images speak. Of course, we know that lighting is vital. We have talked about that. And I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you who have written such positive, encouraging comments on the past videos. It's an amazing feeling, and I'm looking forward to learning and sharing so much more together. Today is another chapter in photography with meaning and some ideas and motivation to elevate our photography. And I mean that for all of us, professionals, amateurs, hobbyists, anyone who has a smartphone who wants to take better photos. Using your camera or a smartphone can achieve really good results. So colors have personality. We have portraits here that are each dominated by a different color. Now, what no one tells you about colors in photography is that they're not just pretty. Well, that's a pretty pink or a pretty purple. They're psychological triggers. We have landscape images that we can take in golden light. What do you feel? Warmth, nostalgia. It's not an accident. Warm colors like oranges, yellows, reds, they literally make us feel closer. There's more of an intimate feeling, a connected feeling. Now, if we look at this blue shot, the blue hour, there's cool colors, blues, greens. They create a little more distance, physical and emotional, or I might even say a more formal type of shot. Now, it gets interesting when it's not just about the overall mood. We can also look at specific colors of objects that grab our viewers' attention. Look at this green helmet I saw hanging on a scooter. In the scene, the background's muted, even the red hydrant is, and the green becomes the star. Our eye goes there first. It stays there the longest. So the helmet isn't just a helmet, a protective piece. It's making a statement. Let's look at the orange kayaks. There's energy here with the color orange. There's adventure. There's fearlessness. Orange is a color that might say, let's go out and explore the world. No matter what the orange would say to us in this picture, in this image, it is the dominant part of the image, and therefore it draws us in, and it plays an important part. Or let's take this yellow taxi that's cutting across in the streets of Manhattan. Yellow is strong. Look at me. It's an optimistic feeling. It's impossible to ignore. That's maybe why school buses are yellow or caution signs are yellow. And look at these New York City policewomen. We notice them. They're in yellow. Now, sometimes it's the pop of a color that tells the story. The red flowers in the sea of green, or this gigantic crater in its powerful, all-encompassing red glow. Red is one color that makes us look. It gets our attention fast. If we have portraits, we can make them warm or cool. Family portraits, I usually lean towards the warm side. In corporate headshots, I'll quite often lean towards a cooler tone. It gives off a feeling that's a little bit more professional and a certain sense of authority. But we can aim also for variety so people have different styles to choose from. Are you using colors to tell your story, or are you just letting random colors tell their own story? Let's try to be intentional. By the way, it's not just about a warm tone or a cool tone. It's also about the intensity. A highly saturated fashion portrait or any highly saturated image is going to really call our attention. It's confident. It's got a lot of energy. It can even feel aggressive. And those kinds of images are perfect to make a bold statement or when we really want to grab someone's attention. A low saturation image whispers. It's contemplative, it's timeless, maybe even sophisticated. And that's why film photography feels so different. It's not just the grain of film, it's the gentle color intensity. I miss my film cameras. I have a few left and I try to take them out and work with them every so often. It's a different look, it's unique. They also happen to make us think because it's not digital, we don't see our results right away. There's something very authentic about it. Now you can post-process your digital images to look like film, or better yet, if you have an old film camera, dust it off, buy a roll of film, and play around with it. Take a few rolls, and you might be happily surprised with the look that you get. So we can have images that you can see by looking at the before and after, how you can gain different effects from the exact same image, just with simple processing of your image. The mistake that I see many photographers making is treating every photo in the same way, processing it the same way. But your colors should match your story. So sometimes you should have a warm yellow-orange glow to your shot. Experiment, see what best suits the mood and feeling you want to get across. Quiet moments deserve quiet colors. Orange, yellow, even a soft red. And a celebration deserves louder color. But the secret weapon of color is also contrast. When you put opposite colors together, it creates a beautiful effect. And it's not just about making things pop. It's about creating a visual tension that holds our attention, the viewer's attention. So we can sometimes have photos with color schemes, orange and blue, red and green, yellow and purple. They evoke something in us and they can really draw the attention to a certain feeling and mood. Experiment also with many different combinations of colors. Here you have the same portrait, and there's sometimes a sense that a subtle contrast can often work better than a strong or obvious contrast. You don't need something blaring like a neon sign. Sometimes it's just the warm skin tone or any kind of skin tone against a cool background. Of course, we can't talk about color without talking about the lack of it. Monochromatic images, black and white, and we will learn about that and deal with that in a future episode dedicated just to black and white. So, how do we affect how people feel when they see our photos? If you're called upon to do a business portrait, a corporate event, as we said, we'll use maybe cool professional tones, blue, colors that say there's authority, there's trustworthiness here, there's competence. That might mean cooler tones, a more controlled saturation, not over the top. We can also show different color treatments of the exact same portrait. The same person here can look approachable or mysterious or young or mature or energetic or calm just by changing the color story. And it's something that's so simple to do. And that is why I spend time editing and post-production and thinking about what color, how I'm going to make something look the way I want it to convey a feeling, not just to look pretty. I'm making sure that the colors support the story that I'm trying to tell. There are many apps that you can use on your phone if you don't have software like Lightroom. So almost every phone has a built-in editor, and you can also use Snapseed. Everyone can download that for free. So I want you to think, what emotion, what feeling should the person feel without knowing it when they're looking at different colors? I will go vibrant with magentas. Do I want a calm and nostalgic feel? I can go with softer and muted tones like sepia or cream color. So it's something to think about when you're shooting. If you want a real professional look, use a dark, solid color. If you want the feeling of warmth and intimacy and romance, as we saw in the wedding portraits, go with warm golds. Start noticing colors in everything that you see in movies, in advertisements, and posters all around you. Look at other photographers' work and ask yourself, what are these colors making me feel? Use your phone. I often use my phone even though I use a professional camera, and I edit photos on the fly. It's very easy and quick to do. You don't need the expensive software. Play with it, create different colored images of the same shot and see which one you would choose to present. Colors are a really powerful tool in our photography toolkit, in addition to all the things we've learned up until now. They're working whether you're paying attention or not. The question is, are they working for you or against you? So your challenge this week is take one of your existing photos and try 3 different color schemes on them. Warm, cool, desaturated. Share them with me on Instagram, Rebecca Co Photo. Tell me how each one makes you feel differently. And if this is the kind of learning you want to do in your photography and grow in meaningful photography, join us. Subscribe, because we're just beginning this journey of elevating our images with seeing photography differently through our mind, through our heart, through our soul, and not worrying so much about the gear. And tell me what's one color combination that always catches your eye. I read every comment and I'd love to hear from you. So I'll see you in the next video. Go out and shoot and have a great day.